Hi, my name is Jen, and this is my story. I think the first time I realized that it could be anxiety was when I stayed back for a spring semester in university. And all of a sudden I didn't have my support system of my sister, at the time my boyfriend, now husband. They weren't there, and so I was trying to navigate on my own, and I just felt so overwhelmed, even though there was nothing externally except for not having them there. But I went to a doctor on campus and discussed how I was feeling, and that was the first time that it was pointed out to me that it sounded like I was having anxiety. But I didn't know what to do or how to deal with it. I felt like I wanted more support and more help than just medication personally. After I found a counselor, it was like 10 years later, and a strategy that was suggested to us was using a mindfulness strategy of using our senses to observe what is in the room to bring ourselves to be more present. And I found that I would forget to use that strategy when I was experiencing an anxiety attack. But what I did find that has helped me is using the name Jesus. That in the moment, acknowledging Jesus, and even quietly saying, or just within my own mind, saying Jesus, 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 and acknowledging him, that's what I found has brought me peace. The acknowledgement of him and the focus on him, kind of like how when he was in the boat in scripture with his disciples, and when he would say, "Peace, be still," it would calm the storm. And that the acknowledgement of his name, it calms the storm inside of me when nothing else has worked for me, just personally. I didn't know that Jesus could pull someone out of an anxiety attack. We read how in the Bible a man named Peter was pulled out of the water when he was drowning by Jesus, just simply by Peter saying the name Jesus and calling him. But I didn't realize that the name Jesus would shift things. I didn't know that he would pull us out of an anxiety attack. And that really surprised me. I've never heard of anybody experiencing something quite like that. For those of you who are struggling with anxiety or have struggled with anxiety, I just want you to know that you're not alone, and that you haven't done anything wrong in how you're dealing with it. And also, I want you to know that Jesus does care, and that he loves you, and that he is there for you, that he's there for us when we need him, and that we can call on him in these situations when we're experiencing it. Or maybe if you know somebody, if you have a friend or a family member who experiences anxiety, and maybe you're not sure how to be there for them. You're not sure what to say or what to do, because it can be really hard when you're close to somebody and they need help and you're not sure what to do. And I personally like offering to pray for people. I like to ask people if I can pray for them in that moment, if you're comfortable. I know it can be hard to be comfortable, but I love to invite Jesus into the situation. So when I'm praying for somebody and asking their permission, if they're comfortable, if I can pray with them, and I like to name what it is and say, we want to give this to God, and we want to invite God into the situation. And I found some really cool moments where the person, if anything, the person will feel loved by God. Because when they feel like another person loves them enough that they will go out into that moment of offering prayer, where there's a moment where it's intimate, and it's also a moment where God's love flows through us to the person, that's part of the freedom. Just feeling that anxiety replaced with God's love, even if it's just a little bit. And then also inviting Jesus into that process of healing. Sometimes it's a process. Sometimes it takes a while. My name is Jen, and this is my story.